So there's this incredible hidden gem in Florida that's actually an underground oasis. Welcome to Devil's Den, and I'm going to show you why this should be on your Florida bucket list. Devil's Den is located in Williston, Florida, which is about 2 to 2.5 hours north of both Orlando and Tampa. It is an ancient sinkhole that has rocks in it dating over 33 million years old, making it one of the most unique places for scuba diving and snorkeling in Florida. But there are some things that you need to know before you go. This is very important. Before you even start driving, you must make your reservation to visit Devil's Den online in advance. This is a reservation-only spring, and I've had friends drive hours to snorkel here and then be turned away, and you do not want this to be you. You can see time slot availability online, and each time slot is usually around 1.5 hours, which is plenty of time to explore Devil's Den. Reservations for snorkeling are also non-refundable, so that is something to keep in mind. When you arrive on the property, you will park and make your way to the check-in building. Here you will fill out paperwork and you can rent equipment such as snorkels, masks, and fins for snorkelers, and for divers, you can rent everything you need from regulators and wetsuits to weights and tanks. Once you have checked in and you have all of your equipment ready, you will descend underground for this unique experience. As you walk down the stairs, you will see the spring begin to be revealed with a metal platform to stand on and a giant hole in the top of the cavern. There are many steps here, so make sure that you're in good physical fitness to be able to climb down and back out again. If you do not feel comfortable with stairs, you can still view Devil's Den from above, which is a really cool viewpoint into the den below. Something to keep in mind is that there's also nowhere to put your belongings near the water, so you're going to have to hold your phone or camera in a waterproof case and leave your belongings at the top of the steps on one of the benches or picnic tables. It is important to understand that you must be a strong swimmer when visiting Devil's Den. Now, this spring is 54 feet deep, and your only options are standing on this metal platform or swimming in the water. Flotation devices of any kind are not allowed, and you must have your mask, snorkel, and fins while you're exploring the prehistoric sinkhole. You can put these on at the bottom of the staircase. This beautiful crystal clear water at Devil's Den is a constant 72 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. I'm going to tell you, I have explored tons of springs in Florida, and the majority are also 72 degrees Fahrenheit, but Devil's Den often feels colder as it's in a sinkhole and not open to the sun in the same way as the other springs. Now, the initial plunge is quite cold, but once you get in, you get used to it as soon as you're distracted swimming around and looking at all the ancient rock formations in the spring. During winter, which is one of my favorite times to visit the spring, when the air is colder than 72 degrees Fahrenheit, the water vapor rises from the sinkhole and creates a visible plume of steam, which is how the spring was given the name Devil's Den. Okay, all of this sounds fun, but what about alligators? People are often worried about swimming in the Florida springs because of alligators, so if you can relate to this, Devil's Den is the perfect spring for you. There are no alligators here, and unlike the other springs, alligators can't even really get into the spring for a few reasons. First is it's located in an underground sinkhole. Second, it's privately owned and heavily monitored with tons of security cameras, and the entrance is locked every night, meaning that gators cannot freely come and go like at the other springs. Now, while you're swimming here, you will see some fish and turtles, and this is because the property owner has put them in the spring. It is really fun to try and spot these critters while swimming. If you've always wanted to swim in the springs but were worried about alligators, put Devil's Den on your list. I think that 1.5 hours is plenty of time to explore this unique spring and feel like you're not rushed. If you know what to expect with reservations, water temperature, and safety rules, you will enjoy a smooth experience visiting this incredible underground oasis in Florida. Now, unless you live in Williston or nearby, you've probably driven a couple of hours to get to Devil's Den. The experience usually only lasts about 2 hours total, including your 1.5 hours of snorkeling time. So, since you've driven all this way, why not combine your visit with another unique hidden gem nearby? I highly recommend visiting Cedar Lake's Woods and Gardens, which is located just 2 minutes away from Devil's Den. This place is absolutely incredible, and it truly doesn't even feel like Florida. The entire garden is built around an 100-year-old limestone quarry, and you're going to want to start by exploring the rim. As soon as you enter, you'll come to the cacti greenhouse. Now, I'm a huge succulent fan, so I love this building. And there's also a tortoise enclosure where you can see these cute little critters before starting your walk around the upper level of the quarry. There are so many things to do at the top part of the garden, and everywhere you turn, there is a better viewpoint than the last. I love the Japanese garden and all of the little bridges that you can walk across in this section of Cedar Lakes. In my opinion, the best viewpoint in the entire property is from the top of this pagoda, so make sure to stop there during your visit to enjoy the beautiful views below. Once you are done exploring the rim of the quarry, it is time to make your way down to the bottom, which has just as many incredible things to see and do. This is where you're going to get up close and personal to the water features on property, and it allows you to enjoy an entirely new perspective than you had from the top. My favorite waterfall in the park that I highly recommend that you visit is this one located near one of the koi ponds. I love this waterfall because you can walk behind it, and I think that is just so unique and fun and something that you don't get to do every day. Of course, you come for the waterfall, but don't forget to check out the beautiful koi that are swimming nearby. This garden has lots of picnic tables and benches where you can stop for lunch with a view, and I recommend spending around 1.5 to 2 hours exploring, which is the perfect amount of time to see all that this park has to offer. Cedar Lake's Woods and Gardens is open all year, and during the holidays, they have an absolutely massive Christmas lights display and are open during the evening for all to enjoy. I visited at the end of the season, so things were already being taken down, but it is 100% on my list to return during the holiday season for a proper viewing experience. If you're making the day trip to Williston, Florida, I highly recommend combining both Devil's Den, an incredible prehistoric underground spring, with Cedar Lake's Woods and Gardens, a beautifully designed botanical garden in a quarry. This will allow you to make the most of your time and explore two of the best hidden gems that Florida has to offer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.